What's up guys? Welcome back to Cruelx and Accounting Tutorial and welcome back to the Business Law Series. Medyo matagal tayong hindi nagkita. Ito na, itutuloy na natin. This time, mag-uusapan na natin is Chapter 3, Different Kinds of Obligations. For this session, pag-uusapan natin is yung Section 1, Pure and Conditional Obligations, Part 1. Okay, cover lang muna natin yung Article 1179 to Article 1181 para hindi agad mabigat. Okay? So, ang coverage ng Chapter 3 is different kinds of obligations. Okay? So, that is from Section 1 to Section 6. Yung Section 1 nga, yun muna pag-uusapan natin from Article 1179 to 92, nakahatiin natin into different parts. Okay? So, simulan natin yung pure and conditional obligation. So, for this session, ang target natin, ang target mo is to determine the difference between a pure and conditional obligation. Okay? So, sige, simulan natin yan. Okay, so, classify natin ang obligation as to demandability. Yung, pag sinabing as to demandability, pwede na ba nating i-demand agad o hindi pa? Okay, so yung pag-uusapan natin. So, as to demandability, meron tayong tinatawag na pure or conditional. Pure and conditional obligation. So, yan yung ipo-point out natin dito sa topic natin ngayon. Okay, so, simulan natin sa Article 1179. Okay, sa Article 1179, ito sinasabi, first paragraph, every obligation whose performance does not depend upon a future or uncertain event or upon a past event unknown to the parties is demandable at once. Okay? Anong pinopoint sa first paragraph ng Article 1179? So, ito ay isang uri. Okay, ang point niya is, ito ay isang uri ng obligation that is demandable at once. Alin yon? Isang obligation that does not depend upon a future or uncertain event. Yung performance niya. Or upon a past event unknown to the parties. Demandable daw yan at once. Okay. Actually, itong first paragraph, it pertains to a pure obligation. Okay. Therefore, a pure obligation is demandable at once. So, yun ang isa sa point dyan. Okay. Second paragraph. Every obligation with or which contain a resolutory condition. Ayun na. Containing a resolutory condition. So, pag-usapan natin mamaya, what is a condition? Pag sinabing resolutory condition, ano yun? Okay, at sabi, shall also be demandable. So, pangalawang point, itong second paragraph is another example of an obligation that is demandable at once. Okay? So, ano ba itong obligation na to? Ito yung obligation with a resolutory condition. So, itong dalawa na to is demandable at once. Okay, so, tuloy natin. Okay, ulitin na naman, Article 1179 is all about demandable obligations. Na yun nga yung pure, tsaka yung obligation with a resolutory condition. Okay, so ano ba ang isang pure obligation? Okay, una, it is demandable at once. Yan ang unang point. Why? Because it does not depend upon a future or uncertain event. Okay, so, nor on a past event unknown to the parties, and is not an obligation with a resolutory period. Ano napansin mo? Pansin mo, mahaba. Di ba, mahaba. Hirap intindihin. Ano? So, padaliin natin. Ano ba ang isang pure obligation? So, ito lang yan naman yun. Obligation with no condition or no period. Walang kondisyon, walang period, or walang term. That is a pure obligation. Okay, so, sample na agad natin. Sample lang pero para mas maintindihan natin. Tanjiro promise to give mo sana a brand new car. Period. Ano kondisyon? Wala. Kailan babayaran? Wala. Then, so therefore, this is a pure obligation. Tingnan mo rin yung number 2. Sabi, Tanjiro obliges himself to pay 10,000 to Masan. Ano kondisyon? Wala. Kailan babayaran? Wala. So, pure obligation. Okay, number 3. Tanjiro obliges himself to pay Musan 10,000. Kailan? Ito, sin-specify. Upon demand. Ayun. Pag siningil na. Okay, so, lahat ng to, walang condition, walang period specified. So, therefore, these are examples of pure obligation. Obligation with no condition or no period or term. Yan. Pure. Okay. Next. Ano naman yung conditional obligation? Sabi dito, a conditional obligation is one, the fulfillment, yung pangyayari, or kung magkakaroon ng obligation, or gagawin yung obligation. Sabi, that fulfillment is subject to a certain condition, which may be an event, which may or may not happen. Yun ang problema. So, the fulfillment the obligation depends upon a certain condition na pwedeng mangyari, pwedeng hindi. Ay, naku, masaklap. Pwedeng mangyari, pwedeng hindi in the future. Okay, so ano ba yung condition? Define natin. A condition is a future and uncertain event sa hinaharap pero hindi natin alam. Okay, kung mangyayari nga ba or hindi. Okay, upon which, nakalagay dito, the existence or extinguishment of an obligation is made to depend. Uy, ibig sabihin, kapag nangyari yung future and uncertain event, pwedeng dalawa maging epekto. Pwedeng isa sa dalawa, pwedeng existence of the obligation or it gives rise to an obligation or extinguishment of an obligation. Okay, so pag nangyari siya, pwedeng alin dun sa dalawa na yung maging effect. Diba? So, either it gives rise or it extinguishes an obligation. So, meron tayong dalawang uri ng condition. We have the suspensive condition and the resolutory condition. Pag sinabi natin suspensive condition, pag nangyari yung condition, magkakaroon ng obligation. It gives rise to the obligation. Okay. So, pag sinabi naman natin resolutory, pag nangyari yung condition, or pag nagawa na yung condition, ibig sabihin, it gives, or it extinguishes the obligation. Diba? Pag yung pagpapalitin yung resolutory tsaka suspensive, kasi pag sinabi natin suspensive condition, it gives rise to the obligation. Suri. Pag sinabi naman natin resolutory, it extinguishes. Resolutory condition, the happening of that extinguishes the obligation. Rex. Okay. Okay. Walay yan na walay. Okay. Suri Rex. Ayan. So, huwag niyo pagkapalitin. Yun ang point ko. Okay. So, tuloy natin. So, pag sinabi natin suspensive, binulit na naman, pwedeng ang ibang tawag sa kanya is condition precedent or antecedent. Baka ganun yung makita nyo sa mga statements. So, yan din yun. Ano ba to? Yun na nga. Its fulfillment gives rise to obligation. Okay. On the other hand, resolutory or condition subsequent, the fulfillment of that extinguishes the obligation. Okay? Ngayon, sampulan natin para mas maintindihan mo pa. Siyempre, law ito medyo mahirap intindihin, di ba? So, sinusubukan nating padaliin. Salamat na lang sa mga librong ginamit natin. The Book of Hector de Leon and the Book of Mr. Ampongan. Ayan, yung mga ibang libro pa natin. And other references over the internet. Yan, magaganda yung mga libro nila. So, yan. Ngayon, example number 1. Tanjiro promised to give Musan brand new car. Uy, kanina ito yun May kaduktong. If he passes the CPA licensure examination, yun yung kaduktong. Yun yung condition. Ayan. Bigyan kita ng kotse pag pumasa ka sa CPA licensure examination. This is an obligation with a suspensive condition. Diba? Walang kukontra dyan. Okay? Suspensive condition. Because the happening of the condition gives rise to an obligation. Pag bumasa siya, bigyan mo ng kotse yan. Okay? Example number 2. Inosuke agreed to give Toyo 5,000. Uy. To give Toyo 5,000. Ano yan? Monthly allowance until Toyo graduates from college. Pag tinagalog mo ito, ang sabi, sige, bigyan kita ng monthly allowance mo, 5,000 hanggang makagraduate ka. So, ang tanong, what will happen pag nakagraduate na si Toyo? ikaw, Toyo. So, ano mangyayari? Ang sabi, ang epekto nito, hanggang makagraduate ka, ibig sabihin, pag nakagraduate ka, wala nang allowance sa 5,000. So, this is an example. Ito, until Toyo graduates, that's the condition. That's an example of a resolutory condition. Ibig sabihin, the happening of which extinguishes the obligation. Liwanag. Suri Rex. Okay. So, linawin lang ulit natin what obligations are demandable at once or when is obligation demandable at once. So, tatlo itong ibabanggitin natin. Number one, when it is a pure obligation according to Article 1179, kaya yari lang natin. Number two, when it is subject to a resolutory condition, paragraph 2 ng Article 1179, kaya yari lang din natin. As an addition, when it is subject to a resolutory period, discuss natin yan sa Article 1193, paragraph 2. Okay, so itong tatlo na ito, demandable at once. Obligations that are demandable at once. Okay. Ayan. May nabanggit din doon kanina, unknown past event. Okay, so ano ba example natin doon? Okay, so ito example. Halimbawa, Nezuko is the owner of a parcel of land. Uy, si Nezuko, merong isang particular land which is being claimed by Yahaba. O, si Yahaba, sabi niya, uy, akin yung land yan. Parang gano'n. So, kiniklaim nila pareho. Okay? Last week, the Supreme Court, ayun, nakarating na pala sa Korte, usapin nila. So, si Korte nag-decide na last week pa. Ano decision? Render the final decision upholding the right of Nezuko. Ayun. Ikaw, Nezuko, ang nagwagi. Ikaw ang owner. Parang gano'n. Di pa alam ni Nezuko. Ayun. However, Nezuko has not yet received the notice that she had won the case. Ngayon, di ba niya alam no? Di ba? Nezuko agreed or obliged herself to sell the land to Ruby should she win the case against Yahaba. Ibig sabihin, nung kinausap nitong si Nezuko si Ruby, in reality, panalo na talaga siya sa court. Siya na talaga may-ari. Kaya hindi pa niya alam. Ang alam niya, pending pa rin. Okay? Pero ganoon pa man, nakipag-agreement na sabi niya, pag nanalo ako, sige, bibenta ko sa'yo. Panalo na siya actually . Ang tanong ngayon, can Ruby demand the fulfillment or yung obligation? Pwede na ba i-demand? Sabi niya, Nezuko, benta mo na sa akin yan. Ang sagot, yes. Lalo na pag nalaman na ni Ruby na last week pa pala siya nanalo, 'di ba? So lalong demandable 'yan on the part of Ruby. Okay? Unknown past event. Okay. Ngayon, tuloy natin Article 1180. Ano nakalagay dito? Pino-point out si debtor. When the debtor binds himself to pay when his means permit him to do so. Mabayaran kita ikaw ni debtor kapag kaya ka na, pag meron na. Okay? Ang sabi, the obligation shall be deemed to be one with a period subject to the provision of Article 1197. Ang tanong na una, valid ba yung obligation na sasabihin ni debtor, pag kaya ko na magbayad, pagka meron na, valid ba yun? Sagot, yes. Okay, ang tanong, ito ba ay isang obligation with a condition? So, okay, with condition ba ito? Or conditional ba ito? Okay. Ang sagot, hindi. Kasi ni-specify, the obligation shall be deemed to be one with a period. Okay, so pag-usapan natin yan sa mga susunod pa. Particular, sa Article 1197. Okay, so tuloy natin. So, ito kasi yung instance na that the duration of the period depends on the debtor. Diba? Kung kailan siya magbabayad, sabi niya, diba? When my means permit me to do so, bayaran kita. So, nakadepende kay debtor kung kailan talaga siya eksakto. Okay, so, define mo na natin ano ba yung period. A period is a future and certain event upon the arrival of which the obligation subject to it either arises or is extinguished. O yun, future and certain. Sa hinaharap pero mangyayari talaga. Na pag nangyari yon, dalawa pwedeng effect. it will give rise to obligation or it will extinguish the obligation. Ba, teka, sounds family ata yun. Di ba? Parang yung suspensive condition tsaka resolutory condition. Parang ganoon nga din. Suspensive period tsaka resolutory period. Ganun siya. Okay? So, gaya ng example natin, so sinabi ni debtor na pag ayaw ka na magbayad, babayaran kita. That is an example of an obligation with a period. Ayan. Okay? So, ulitin ko, ipo-point out ko lalo na pag sinabi natin period, it is future and certain. Pag sinabi naman natin condition, it is a future and uncertain event. Diba? Okay, ganun siya. Okay, sana makita niyo yung pagkakaiba niya. Okay? Example lang natin. Pag sinabi ni dito na itong mga bagay na to, ayan, babayaran kita. Little by little, as soon as possible, from time to time, at any time I have the money or in partial payment. So, itong mga condition na to, these are all valid. O, tandaan niya, valid. Okay? Ngayon, ang problema natin, valid. Nakadepende kay debtor. Paano kung ayaw pa rin niya? Wala na ko hinihintay ba? Ganon? So, ito naman. The court may fix the duration of the period. Kung gusto niyo umabot dyan talaga, the court may fix the duration of the period. Di ba? Okay? So, next, Article 1181. Ano ba to? Pag-usapan natin dito is conditional obligations. Ano na yung conditional obligation? An obligation, the fulfillment of which depends upon a condition. Ano ibig sabihin ng condition? A future and uncertain event which may or may not happen. Okay, so conditional obligation. Ang sabi, the acquisition of rights on the part of the creditor as well as the extinguishment or loss of those already acquired shall depend upon the happening of the event which constitute the condition. So, okay, parang ano lang di ba? Pag nangyari ang suspensive condition, magkakaroon ng obligation si debtor, magkakaroon naman ng right si creditor. Di ba? Yung kabilang side si creditor naman. Pag naman resolutory condition, si debtor ma-extinguish yung kanyang liability. Ganon din naman si pangalan nito, si creditor, mawawala na yung right niya to receive something, parang ganyan. Okay, so the acquisition of rights or extinguishment depends upon the happening of the condition. Okay? Ngayon, sample, acquisition of rights. Okay? Ibig sabihin ito ay isang suspensive condition. Ayan. So, example natin, Yushiro, a testator, gumawa siya ng last will and testament kasi nararamdaman niya na no? Malapit-lapit na yung buhay niya. Sabi, gave some property to his heir, Hinaki. Yun, sinulad doon. Hinaki, ito ang para sa'yo. Provided, ito may condition, Yushiro would die within 2 years. Ayun. Mapapasayo yung property na yan kung ako ay mamamatay within 2 years. E paano kung namatay siya after 3 years? Ibig sabihin, hindi nangyari yung condition. Di wala siyang right over the property. Sino? Si Hinaki. Wala siyang right. Diba? Meron siyang right kapag namatay si Yushiro, 2 years after or 1 year after nung agreement. So, ayun. Meron ng right si Hinaki over the property. Another example is yung, nanalo ka sa loto, kaya sweepstakes. I-claim mo yung prize mo. Diba? Pag i-claim mo yung prize mo, para makuha mo yan, bigay mo muna yung ticket, yung winning ticket, tama? So, ito yun. Another simple example. Okay. Next is loss of rights na mapag-usapan natin. Resolutory condition. No? Sample, Genya binds himself to support ka na until ka na graduates from college. So, pamilyar, diba? Supportahan kita hanggat na, hindi ka graduate. Pag nag-graduate ka na, wala na. Ganoon. Ngayon, the right to receive support shall be extinguished. Ayun, yung allowance niya o yung pinoprovide sa kanya, sabi, yung right na to receive shall be extinguished once the condition is fulfilled. Pag nangyari yung condition. Okay. It will extinguish the obligation kasi nga resolutory condition yan eh. Another example, si Kiyo. Binentahan si Sumi ng lupa. Kaya lang si Kiyo, nung binenta niya yung lupa, sabi niya, ay, sabi na, bibiling ko ulit sa'yo. Okay? The ownership acquired by Sumi shall be extinguished. Yung land na binenta ni Kiyo, sabi yung right niya doon shall be extinguished should Kiyo exercise her right to repurchase. O, di ba? Mawawala sa'yo ulit yun. Balik mo ulit sa kanya. Kasi babayaran ka ulit niya. Okay? So, sana marami kayong natututunan dyan, ha? Okay, so sana mayroon kayong natutunan doon sa maiksing video natin. At abangan nyo pa yung part 2, part 3 kung meron at yung mga kasunod pa nating video. Thank you for continuously supporting yung ating channel. Sana makapag-upload pa tayo ng marami. Thank you so much and God bless.